Hey guys, it's Ghost from Fivem Servers, and in this video we're going to be looking at adding new items into your server. Now this is going to be focused at an ESX server. We're going to be looking at food and drink, for example the bread and water items. So if you're bored of having the normal items and wish to add new items for your community, this video is going to be perfect for you. Now before we get started, if you want to win a super server and a Q-Core server, make sure to like and subscribe. Now let's jump into it. Here we have one of our shops within our super ESX server. You can see we've already got some items within our shops. Now if we wanted to change the images of these items, change the names of these items, or perhaps create new items, it's super simple. So say for example you're using an ESX server and you want to add a cheeseburger into your server but it doesn't currently exist. You're going to have to think of a couple of things. For example, if you added this into your database and into your server, you're going to also have to add an image. Now items like phones, fertilizer, seeds, they work completely different, so just creating them in this sort of way, they're not going to work. This only really works for the food and water aspect. Okay, so now we're over in this VPS where we host one of the test servers. On the left hand side we have all of our items. You can see in the super server we have quite a lot of items. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a quick look over some of the items we already have, and there's quite a few. We even converted our weapons into items, but we're going to look at that another moment, but we'll focus on the food and drink for now. So you're probably thinking, okay great, how do we add these items? So let's have a look. Here we have the cheeseburger. Now what you need to think about when adding a new item up here, so you could type the name of the cheeseburger here. You need to make sure that the capital letters are not in the name column, okay? Because this is where the item's technically an item and streamed. On the right hand side, which is the table column, the named label, you can actually have the capital abbreviations in here, and that's displayed to the players in your server. You can also set a limit, but I have mine set at -1, which is an infinity number which I use for testing purposes. So once you've created an item, you're going to want to go to your inventory script. Here's mine. On the right hand side are all of my images for all of my items. You're going to want to find an image or create an image. Google's a great place. Make sure it's a PNG with no background image. Otherwise, when it opens up in your inventory, you may have a background of a picture. For example, here you'd have checkered markers in your inventory and it wouldn't look very nice at all. So always have a no background on your image. PNGs. You would then create that image, drag it into your inventory system. Always make sure it's the same size image of other items. Okay? That's very important. When you add a new item to any script or an inventory system, you're also going to have to add it to the resource lure or FX manifest. You don't have to add it one by one. You can just use a star at the bottom and it will automatically add new images and find them. Super simple. So now that we've added the item in our database and also added an image for that item, we need to make the item usable, make the item work. Here I've gone to basic needs and I've gone into my server. I've opened up main server lure. It'll look a bit like this. Here we have all the different items in our world. So here we have chocolate. When someone uses an item of chocolate, it'll be removed from our inventory. So here's our item name, chocolate. We have the function, so the item being used. We go down and on line 18, which I'll move down to now. This will show you the item be removed from your inventory once the item has been used. So it automatically removes one. Once the item's been used, it will then add and increase hunger, so your player is no longer as hungry, and a tiny amount of thirst. So what you want to do is just copy one that's already there. So for example, I could copy cheeseburger, and then what I could do is just change all the names to whatever my new item is. So if you've made a chicken burger, you could then type chicken burger. Pizza, for example, what I'm doing now, I'll just type pizza, and then that's it. Your new item is then a usable item, and it will increase the hunger thirst to the desired amount that you've already chosen. And then the final stage you would have to do, you would have to make sure that there's a local, and the local is basically a text notification that shows up to you whilst you're in game. Here I've opened up the locals in English. You can see all the notifications. So if I wanted to add a new item, I would copy one of these lines, paste it underneath, and then change the names inside to match my new item. So for example, I'd make it say you have used a cheeseburger. And that is literally how you add a new edible, drinkable item to your ESX server on Fivem. Things like these are real simple. I really enjoy making these kites, so if you want to see more of these sort of videos, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and at the same time you'll automatically be entered into a chance to win one of our servers. We have some amazing things planned for July, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Until then, it's always been a pleasure, and I'll see you soon.